So by now you're probably sick and tired of your content not reaching anyone on Instagram, and as a result your engagement has plummeted significantly because of this. It's frustrating as a creator or a business because you spent all this time creating great content that will impact people, but no one ever sees it. So in this video, I want to talk about why this is happening and ways that you can still combat that shitty engagement organically. By the end of this video, you'll learn a number of tactics that when combined will drive your engagement up significantly. I'm sure you've had the experience where you've asked someone, "Why didn't you like my post?" And they responded, "I didn't see it." Well, they're not lying. That's because Instagram's algorithm is not showing your content to all your followers. So don't get mad at your friend for not liking your post. It was just because they weren't exposed to it. For those of you who don't know, only about 10% of the people who follow you will actually see your posts on Instagram. It's at the point where it has reached mainstream popularity, so they're reducing the organic reach across the board so that people will have to pay to play to be successful on the platform. The exact same thing happened on Facebook around 2014, where they've dropped your organic reach to about 5%, and since then they've been dropping everyone's organic reach, forcing people to pay to reach the same level of engagement.
I spent $1,000? Oh well.
Before they started limiting the organic distribution of your content. So let's say you have 1,000 followers on your Facebook page. Only 50 people will see your content when you post. That's crazy. So basically, if you want more people to see your posts, you're going to have to boost your posts or run ads. So now that you understand the landscape of Instagram currently and why your engagement is so low, I'm going to tell you a few things that are going to help you organically boost your engagement and reach. The first thing I want to talk about is hashtags. You need to be very strategic with the hashtags that you use. They need to be relevant to what you're posting, and they also have to be reasonably competitive for you to rank as a top post so more people have the opportunity to see it. So let's break down what each of those things mean. When I say relevant, I mean you cannot trick Instagram by hashtagging something that has nothing to do with the photo that you're posting. For example, if I post a photo of avocado toast, yes, I know, basic bitch here.
Oh my god.
And I put hashtag knowledge is power, I'm not tricking Instagram because they use image recognition technology that scans your photo and captures all this metadata. Where your photo was taken, the subject of the photo, people in the photo. I mean, it's ridiculous how much data they have that tells them exactly what is in the photos that we're posting. So it's going to hurt your ranking in that hashtag because of all this data that Instagram has about its users and the content that is posted. They literally have millions of photos in these hashtags that they can use and match so that they know what something is and what something is not. So in saying that, you have to remember that Instagram's first priority is creating a good experience for all its users. And this is true for Instagram and Facebook, which is why they have all of these policies in place to make sure that everyone plays by their rules. Their goal is to keep people on the platform and have them continue to use Instagram.
No one wants to have to install a new app for every service or business that they want to interact with.
But that's not going to happen if people have a bad experience. Like if I go search in hashtags for avocado toast looking for different recipes and ways to make avocado toast, and then I see a bunch of random stuff that's completely unrelated to that, I probably won't return to the platform because I'll be like, why do I even bother searching for this when it's not giving me the results that I'm looking for? So needless to say, make sure that your hashtags are appropriate and match the photo that you're posting because it helps with search engine optimization and it not only increases your chances of your content being discovered, but also you ranking as a top post. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, go ahead and hit that like button so I know what you guys like to see, and it also helps me create more videos like this. So the second way to be strategic is to find hashtags where you can actually rank. You know, hashtags that are not oversaturated or have millions of posts each day. You have a much better chance of increasing your reach and engagement from micro and medium-sized hashtags where not as many people are posting because it's less competitive. Think about it. If you're posting in a hashtag with 100 million posts, like hashtag entrepreneur or hashtag success, it's going to be extremely hard for you to rank as a top post because it's a massive sea of content. Your post is going to get buried. So your chances of ranking diminish significantly, and it's almost impossible. Compare that to hashtags with 10,000, 50,000, or even 200,000 posts. That is a good sweet spot where there aren't as many people posting, but it's big enough where people are still actively posting and searching every day, and they'll still be able to find your content. So there are different levels to hashtags, just like there are different tiers of Instagram accounts based on the size of your following. So you have your lowest level, which is 0 to 50,000 posts. That's your first tier. Then you have 50 to 100,000 posts. That's your second tier. Then you have 100,000 to 500,000. That's your third tier. Then you have your macro hashtags, which is 500,000 to 2 million and up. That's your fourth tier. You want to use a combination of hashtags based on your ability to rank. It goes from easy to difficult as you ascend. The lowest tiers are going to be extremely easy for you to rank, so you should be pretty liberal in using a lot of hashtags in this set. But you also want to mix in hashtags from the more competitive tiers because even though a lot of people are posting in them, it's not impossible. I've seen my posts rank in hashtags that have over 1 million posts before, so it's definitely possible. This is going to be one of the biggest variables in you seeing 100 likes or 700 likes on your post. Timing is incredibly important. I always like to post between 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time because that's when I usually see the most engagement on my posts. I've also posted as early as 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. and also in the evenings at around 7 to 9 p.m. And what I've seen is that those posts don't get nearly as much engagement compared to when I post early in the afternoon. For me, it's literally the difference between 200 likes in the first hour and 50 likes in the first hour. So with that said, the first hour is really important, and so are the first 24 hours of when you post. Basically, in that time frame, Instagram will look at how many people are liking, commenting, sharing, or engaging with your post, and that will determine how many more people they will show it to. So if you have a ton of people liking it in the first hour, Instagram notices that and says, hey, this post is getting a lot of engagement, it's really popular, we're gonna show it to more people. Boom, that is how content becomes viral. If the algorithm sees that your post is generating a ton of traffic, they're going to show it to more of your followers and people who are similar to your followers in either the explore page or your hashtags. And this helps them keep people on Instagram and also helps you as a creator because if your content is getting people to engage, then they're going to favor your content over other creators. Here I'm talking about tagging other accounts and locations. Now, this isn't something that will necessarily explode your engagement, but it's a small trick that will expand your reach. And my view is that if there are little things that you can do to increase your exposure, then why not do it? It literally takes less than 5 seconds. You should tag brands or people in your niche, and You have the ability to leverage accounts with hundreds of thousands or even millions of followers by tagging them. And people will click on the tagged section of that profile to learn more about the brand or the creator, which exposes your content to that audience as well. But I should warn you, do not tag the same people repeatedly if they don't respond or engage with you, because that shit gets annoying. And I have people tagging me all the time. Eventually, it just becomes annoying, so I just ignore it.
Hey, Apple! Apple! Hey! Hey, Apple!
What is it?
You look fruity.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Don't be that guy. For big brands that I like or want to shop with, I'll go into their tagged section to see how their products are being used and what other people are saying about it. And it's a really great place for people to go and get inspiration. If you're an apparel brand, people may go there to get style and outfit ideas. For food brands, I might go there to get recipe ideas. You get the gist. And either way, it's an amazing way to get more reach and traffic to your page simply by tagging bigger accounts. And this is something that I feel like is highly underutilized in my personal opinion. Location tags are great, especially if you're in an iconic location like New York City or a really popular tourist location. People in New York love tagging restaurants and landmarks to get inspiration and photography ideas to help them create more content. I personally tapped on the location tag plenty of times just to see how people are posing in front of certain landmarks and to see what menu items are popular at a restaurant, or just to see what the vibe is at a location. And you can also see how many people found you from the location that you tag when you tap on the insights of your post. It shows you where people discovered you, whether it's from hashtags, your profile, location, or other. And if you forget to add a tag, you can always go back and retroactively put them in afterwards. So those are some of my main tips for increasing your engagement and reach on Instagram organically. These days, you have to be very strategic and calculated if you want to be successful on the platform. Influencers spend hours, days, and even weeks planning out their content because it really is a full-time job. So if you want to compete on their level, you have to play on their level. So if you're serious about building your brand or business on Instagram, do your research, invest the time to learn, take risks, and keep creating until you find what resonates with your audience. And last but not least, please be consistent, and whatever you do not get discouraged or quit because you're not seeing growth fast enough. Don't forget that the ones who make it look easy on Instagram have been working on their craft and perfecting it for years and years. I myself have been creating content on Instagram for over 3 to 4 years, and I still don't feel like I have a perfect formula because it's constantly evolving. So remember to be patient with yourself because success doesn't happen overnight. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe because I upload new videos every week. You can go ahead and engage with me on Instagram at HonestlyMay, and also drop a comment down below to let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!